What's an unwritten rule in your house that outsiders would find strange? In our home, we never say goodbye. Ever. Not when leaving for work, school, or even long trips. My wife, Rebecca, started this rule the day we brought our daughter, Madison, home from the hospital. I thought it was just a sweet quirk until I said goodbye to my uncle after his visit. Rebecca's face froze. She grabbed my wrist hard and whispered, "We don't use that word in this house." That night, she told me why. When she was 9, her mom said goodbye before heading to work and never came back. Her car flipped on Highway 101. At the memorial, Rebecca's dad cried, repeating, "She said goodbye. She never said that word before." From then on, we built our own language. See you soon, until we meet again. Madison learned catch you later before she could even tie her shoes. At daycare, she'd correct parents, "No, you're supposed to say see you later." In 1st grade, she cried when the class sang a goodbye song, convinced goodbye meant forever. By 4th grade, she lived by it. When her best friend moved to Denver, they stood in the driveway repeating "see you later" through tears. Then came the teenage years. After an argument, Madison turned to me and said coldly, "Goodbye, father." Rebecca couldn't look at her for 3 days. Madison apologized, promising never to break the rule again. Years later, at the airport before college, Rebecca held her tight. "See you at winter break." Madison smiled through tears. This isn't goodbye. During her junior year, Madison called at 2:30 a.m. Her roommate had crashed on Lakeshore Drive. "She said goodbye before leaving," Madison whispered. The girl survived, but Madison made her swear never to use that word again. Then came Rebecca's cancer. It spread fast. Family flew in from everywhere, but whenever anyone said goodbye, Madison or I cut them off. "See you later." The night before Rebecca passed, Madison climbed into her hospital bed. Later, she told me she'd made her mom promise not to say goodbye. Even at the end, Rebecca squeezed my hand 4 times, our code for see you later. At her memorial, Madison ended her speech with, "Until we meet again, Mom." Last spring, Madison got married. During the mother-daughter dance, she played a recording Rebecca had made. "I'm proud of you, Madison. Save me a dance next time." Now Madison's expecting a baby girl. Last spring, Madison got married. During the mother-daughter dance, she played a recording Rebecca had made. "I'm proud of you, Madison. Save me a dance next time." The entire room went silent. You could hear people softly crying as Rebecca's voice filled the hall, gentle, warm, and full of life. Madison stood perfectly still for a moment, clutching her bouquet, and then whispered, "I will, Mom." There wasn't a single dry eye in the crowd. Even Jason, her husband, later said it felt like Rebecca had been right there with us, watching her little girl step into a new chapter of life. Now Madison's expecting a baby girl. "We're naming her Rebecca," she told me over the phone, her voice trembling between joy and tears. "And yes, Dad, she'll learn our family tradition." I could almost picture her smiling as she said it, one hand on her belly, carrying forward everything her mother believed in. I didn't say much, just nodded, even though she couldn't see me. I was too choked up to speak. This morning, I found a letter Rebecca had hidden in her old cookbook, the one she used every Sunday to make her famous cinnamon rolls. The paper was slightly yellowed, the ink faded, but her handwriting was as graceful as ever. The last line said, "Remember, it's never goodbye. In this family, we always see each other again." I must have read it a dozen times before pressing it to my chest. It's now on our fridge, right next to Madison's ultrasound photo and our last Christmas picture at Cannon Beach. Every morning when I make coffee, I see it there. Her message, her promise, still guiding us. And sometimes, when the house is quiet, I swear I can hear her voice saying, "See you later." The tradition continues.